Hi folks, it's Tom at psychsafety.com again, and now I just want to talk to you briefly about the idea that a team is only as safe as the least safe person. Now, throughout a lot of the psychological safety sort of measurement stuff that you might come across, you'll come across tools and things that give you averages, that give you sort of, that will run a survey and give you some sort of average score for a team. Now that will indicate that will tell you something interesting, but what it also does is it masks the outliers. It masks and hides those people who feel least safe, or indeed most safe in the team. For example, if you've got a team of 10 people and 8 out of those 10 people feel really psychologically safe and everything's wonderful, but 2 feel very unsafe, then an average is going to hide those scores, those metrics, and that team there's something terribly wrong in that team, but you wouldn't know just by looking at the metrics. Now, this is partly a problem with metrics themselves, and we need to do other things in order to surface some of those dynamics. But the important point here is that a team is only as safe as the least safe person. The stakes are higher for some people to speak up than others in teams and in organizations, and this gets back to neurodiversities, gender, race, intersectionality and privilege and everything else. And particularly what's interesting is socioeconomic status. Now there's some interesting studies, we'll link to these in the comments and stuff below, interesting studies that show that people from lower socioeconomic backgrounds raise up through the ranks slower in organizations than people with more wealthy families, with a greater financial safety net and things like that. And fundamentally that's because they take fewer interpersonal risks. They ask fewer questions. They don't ask to get put on that high profile project, because the danger is, of course, or the fear is that if it goes wrong, then they might lose their job, and that job is so much more critical, so much more important to them than someone with a greater safety net. So yeah, and you can also think about this in a way that if you've got a bridge, say you've got a bridge and 10 people walk across that bridge and one person falls in, you wouldn't call that a safe bridge. Yes, on average it's safe. On average 9 out of 10 people walk across that bridge perfectly fine, and only one person dies, but that's not a safe bridge. So a team is only as safe as the least safe person. It's a weak link analogy in that sense. Psychological safety and the world of organizations and the world of teams, the world in general, certainly the world of work, is not a level playing field. So we need to make sure when we're fostering psychological safety, we're addressing the needs of the least safe people on the team first, because the people who feel fantastically psychologically safe already, they're okay, and yes, we need to address their context too, but first of all, our highest priority is to address the needs of the least psychologically safe people on the team. A team is only as safe as the least safe person. So if you'd like to find out more, head over to psychsafety.com, get in touch with me, email tom at psychsafety.com, drop me a comment, like, subscribe, share, do all that wonderful stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.